Kia ora, hey there, I'm Charlotte Squire. I'm a writer and I'm a musician, and I live at the end of the road in Golden Bay, New Zealand. I run a memoir course, I'm in the process of taking over our weekly newspaper, and I'm a singer-songwriter. These are my notes from the end of the road. Kia ora. I'm very, very excited to be introducing the very first episode of this series that I'm calling Notes from the End of the Road. In this first ever episode, I freak out about buying the GB Weekly. I introduce you to my song Good News that I've just launched. You get to meet John, who greets us like a golden retriever at the end of the driveway whenever we go and do our GB Weekly training with the amazing Nicola, who is the admin queen behind the newspaper. You get to meet my dear friend Shanti, who teaches people all over the world how to take care of their gut health or their microbiome. I take you for a dark and rainy stroll with me to my letterbox to see if the proof copy of a book has arrived. Right, let's dig in. Newspaper time. Well, hello there. I'm Charlotte, and I wanted to take a moment to document this moment. I'm in the final half hour of working for Pledge Me, a crowdfunding platform, and my team have just given me a very loving send-off.
The resignations that hit the hardest are the ones from the team that you love hanging out with the most.
Our dear Charlotte has decided to take on a new adventure leading the Golden Bay newspaper. And that means that we had to create this reel of all the videos of us walking through fields, going through factories, trying to fit things into cars that possibly shouldn't fit, just to say, Charlotte, we're gonna miss your laugh. We're gonna miss your face. We're gonna miss so many different things about you, and the team really won't be the same. Thanks for giving me the time and space to be a mama.
And thanks for being such an awesome part of Team Pledge Me.
The reason that I'm leaving my job of 4.5 years helping people crowdfund the things they care about is to step into a new role here in my physical community rather than working online in marketing. And that's my dog Thomas approaching fast. This is my sidekick Tom, who's just eaten his breakfast. I'm taking over my community's newspaper called the GB Weekly, which I used to work for as a reporter 20 years ago. In fact, that was my first journalism job, actually, writing for the GB Weekly. And since I wrote for them, I've gone on to write for other newspapers and magazines, and then I've gotten into memoir writing, and then I've gotten into teaching people to write memoir and write life stories, and then wrote lots of books. So writing has been my career, and I'm coming up to 50 now, and I was wanting something more connected to my local community. Then Joe from the GB Weekly reached out to me. He wants to retire, and they need someone with the right skills to keep our very precious local community newspaper ticking along, and he asked if I'd like to buy the business from him. And after a lot of questions and investigation, it needed to make sense in terms of time management for me, because I've already got a business humming along, so it needed to not take too much time, but it looks like it'll take as much time as I want to put into it. But there is an amazing team already running the GB Weekly. It's very well set up. It's been running for I think over 30 years. So I think the time part of it's going to work, and it needed to work financially for me as well, which it does. And I'm beginning to learn how to run a newspaper, and I'm going to record this now. I tell you what, it's at this point it's looking pretty complex, and I've learned complex things before. I know I can do this. I know that this complex web of information I'm currently absorbing, in 6 months' time, it's going to be part of a routine, because you've got to crank a newspaper out every week. But I tell you, right now, oh my God, it's all looking a bit overwhelming. But what I'm hoping to do with this series is document me learning how to run a newspaper, coming to grips with it, and life here in beautiful Golden Bay, and maybe share the stories of just the amazing humans who I come into contact with through my work writing books about people and organisations, and through my work interviewing people for the newspaper, and I'm also a singer-songwriter, and I've just actually got a new song I'm about to release called Good News, and so there'll be a bit of my music along the way as well, and probably a lot of friends and family making guest appearances, although some of them do not want to be online. My mother, I don't know if she'll let me video her, but hopefully some people do allow me to include them in this story as it unfolds. So my stomach is kind of tuning a little bit. I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed as I head into a whole new thing and leave the safe shores of Pledge Me. So onwards.
Music time. She likes to swim at high tide when it's glassy. Good news, I still dawn. She likes to dance to reconnect with her soul. Good news, the right soul.
One very special highlight this week has been John. Meet John. He is the wonderful husband of Nicola, and Nicola is the admin queen of the GB Weekly. She's been training us up to run the paper, and every morning this is what we arrive to see. Nicola's a bit shy to be on camera, but I'll work on her. Book talk time. Hey, would you like to come for a stroll in the dark with me on a rainy autumn night here in Golden Bay? We're going to go check the letterbox because email tells me that a package has arrived, and I am waiting on a proof copy of a book. It's the second book in a 3-part series that my team and I have been producing for a very cool man named Mike. Mike was what we call a 10-pound POM, part of the scheme that the UK and Australian government teamed up on back in, I think, the 1950s to help families come out from the UK to build new lives in Australia and New Zealand. And unfortunately, that was just a spam email. There's nothing in there. So here's book 1 from Mike, which we commissioned a sketch artist called Kayla to work on for us. She did some incredible sketches of Mike's sketches of his memories of the years during his childhood when he came out to first Australia and then New Zealand from the UK, including this beautiful grasshopper, which is really intricate, that she sketched. There's one from the front cover of his book. It's a really poignant moment for him in the Australian outback, pondering life. Then there's another one, which is his first impression as he was stepping off the boat in Australia and what he remembers seeing all the way back then when he was a little boy. Pretty cool, hey? And then lastly, here's a little note that he wrote to me, which is always really special for the books that I help people write. And it's friend time. I'd like to introduce you to the amazing Shanti. Shanti is a gut health specialist, so she helps people all over the world with their microbiome, which is the buzzword right now, and improving their health via their gut health. So she lives on a permaculture property. She's got her chicken friends there beside her. And on that day, I was out there helping her shoot some social media posts. She has some very wise advice to share.
We don't suppress symptoms, we ask why. It's all about uncovering the root causes of what's going on for the body. So remember, you're not broken. You just need to listen to the message.
Thank you so much for tuning into that, my first little episode of Notes from the End of the Road. Hopefully you can subscribe to this, because next episode I would have signed the legal documents that officially say I now own the GB Weekly, and I would have learned some more things about running a newspaper, and God knows I need to do that. And I'm hoping I can take you with me to start making the music video for Good News, and you can meet a friend of mine and heaps more. So see you soon.